I was asked once how to blend a beige color. In today's video I will show you just 2 ways to do it. I will first show small amounts of color for small shapes of silk painting, and then for large white silk surfaces. I use powder dyes as usual, but which kind of paint to use doesn't matter in this case. I have here so far, as you can see, orange and black. It's very concentrated, but I like to use a thick base because you can dilute it with water as much as you want afterwards. Now I'm going to start mixing them gradually. You see, because my paints are concentrated, the color is very saturated, and for now it's not so much beige as brown, but I can dilute it with water, and I probably diluted it too much. And voila, the beige color is ready. Of course, beige, like any other color, has a bunch of hues. You can take it to a more orange color. Or, on the contrary, you can take more black paint and then you will get a nice, very warm grayish color. See, you can add a little bit of bright yellow and our beige will play a little bit differently. And you can also add a little bit more black for dynamics. Black, of course, makes any color darker, but the original color itself loses its brightness. I mean that in our case it becomes less beige and more gray. In general, you can endlessly search and find new shades by changing the amount of black and orange color, as well as changing the amount of water. And now I'm going to try some other primary colors. By the way, we can get a million different other colors with these 3 primaries. There's a video where I showed how it all works, and there's another one where I touched a bit on the subject of color theory. If you haven't seen them yet, you might find them helpful and interesting. And these colors are magenta, cyan, and a bright, cool yellow. When I mix yellow and crimson, sometimes I get a bright scarlet color. Sometimes it's more orange. It all depends on the exact hue of the yellow or crimson. But right now I have a pinkish shade. You can add more yellow and you'll get a more beige color. And this is the color if you dilute it a lot with water. Where there are no resist limitations, the dye will spread more and the color will become paler. You can also play with color in this way, adding more of one color or another, or water. A small amount of cyan, literally a drop, will neutralize our beige to gray. Mixing the colors is best on a white surface. Mine is a plain white plate, yours could be a white plastic palette, but it seems to me to learn to understand color more easily and get a sense of how much and what color to add to get the desired one, it's better to use a flat white surface. You will immediately see all the subtle nuances of the flow of color from one to another. I'm the one playing around, taking the color from cooler to warmer. As you can see for yourself, there is an unlimited amount of possibilities here. I love working with color. Here the colors were very diluted with water, and we got barely noticeable soft subtle transitions. When the color is limited by the resist, it retains more saturated. And when you more or less understand what and how you need to mix on a plate for small areas of painting your silk, you can already mix the color you need in a cup of the volume you need. Since I know that my dyes are too concentrated, I first pour water into the cup, and now with a regular dropper I add the colors. Behind the scenes I rinse the dropper with water. In a couple of seconds I'll show you how. I don't think I need a lot of magenta, and let's say that's it for now, in case I add more magenta later on. I think one drop of cyan will be enough for now. Some people use a separate dropper for each color, but it's easier for me to just rinse it out. I mix what I have in the cup and I can test the color on a plate, well, or on white paper. Normally I check on a plate, but for the video it will be more visible for you and more convenient for me to try it on porous paper. The color is too yellow-green now, and I need to add more magenta. Still, I'm more comfortable doing it with a brush, and thus adding one or another color you can achieve the desired one. I hope I was able to convey the idea of how to find and vary beige color, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, leave your reaction please, that would be great, and I'll see you in next videos.